7 weeks ago, I decided to make a big risk and just ditch my house and everything in it in Dallas, Texas, and I came here with my animals and my husband, and we have one vehicle. We packed up our car with one suitcase. We came here. We didn't have a house. We had nothing. I had to get a loan just to get a house, and I knew coming in here tonight that my whole paycheck was just going to go back to that loan. And, I took a big risk to get a big reward. And, I can't thank my team, my husband, my family, because, they were the ones that said, listen, you're going to have to go broke for a little bit just to get something good out of this. And I knew I had to do it. And, man, I just feel so happy.
It's awesome. It's funny because when we talked to you beforehand, it's like, yeah, I decided to relocate, move back here. These people. It sounded like a very well thought out, very, Now in hearing this, was this just like a spur of the moment type thing?
I wanted to move back to Vegas a long time ago, but trying to leave Dallas, Texas was a little difficult because, Safe was like, listen, stay, try to stick it out, but, that place wasn't my home. I missed my team. I missed Xtreme Couture. I owe everything to them and my husband, because when I came to them, I was an amateur, and they were the ones that built me from the ground up, I felt like, and to come in here and make that walk with them, I told them I could be in the worst shape possible, but knowing I got my boys back behind me, I felt unstoppable. It didn't really matter who was put in front of me. It's just, this is a mental warfare in that cage. And tonight I just told myself for the first time, I don't want to fight for 15 minutes. I don't get paid per minute. I want to go in there and I just want to get the job done, and I want to go home to my family. And yeah, I did it, man. Feels good.
You didn't want to go 15 minutes. I mean, maybe you thought. Did you know it would be that explosive? Like maybe we won't even go 1 minute?
Listen, my coaches told me my kicks are deadly. And, my last coach was more boxing dominant. But I grew up in Taekwondo. My kicks are lethal, and I've always known it. But, when you go to a gym and you have a coach that's, strict on one style, that's the style you kind of have to do because that's your team, And when I came back to Xtreme, they're like, listen, you're a kickboxer. You've been doing this your whole entire life. We got to use your kicks. My last fight, I didn't really get to show that, I didn't get to show shit. I didn't get to show much. I got headlocked forever, and it was embarrassing. I had to deal with it. I had to deal with the trolls. I had to deal with being known as the headlock girl. And I told my husband leading into this fight, I said, I can die, and I will not die knowing I am that headlock girl. I will not die knowing I'm 0-1 in the UFC. A 1-1 is a lot better than 0-2. And so tonight is just, I think, the start to my new chapter.
So the one thing I want to ask, the high kick or the kick lands, right? And we all go, wow, but then we all say, oh my God, was her hand still down? Was she still a downed opponent? So did it cross your mind at all that, like, oh my God, that might have been an illegal kick?
Not one bit. God was with me all the way. That was God's timing. It was close, but guess what? It was legal.
It was. Replay showed it was legal. So last thing for me then, obviously this is a big moment. I mean, we see the emotion clearly. We know what it's worth. Do you need some time now to reset your life and kind of like, resettle things here? Or is this like straight back to the gym and book something right away? I got to imagine you're feeling pretty healthy right now.
I'll be back in the gym Monday. I'm ready to go at all times. My weight's always good. I'm always training year-round. I don't believe in this whole bullshit train when you got to fight. I'm a martial artist. This is what I love to do. I love to fight, So Mick has my number. If there's a fight that gets pulled out, and it doesn't matter to me. I'm not the one to call anyone out. I just want to fight. When, anytime, anywhere, anyone.
Cheyanne, I think sometimes, because we talk to fighters every week, we sometimes forget how much a difference that 50 grand can make to your life. What impact is that going to have on you?
I am negative in my account right now. So it's going to make a big difference. And my whole paycheck actually is I have to pay back $15,000 for a loan I got from a few people. So, I made 10 and 10 from my win and show. So that 20,000 was just gone. So, and I was okay with it. I was okay if I won and that check was gone, because I made the move out here, and I knew that this fight was just going to be for the move. But it was the best decision me and my husband made for our careers, and just to get that bonus. I've been so broke my whole life because of this sport, but it's so worth it to me because I love this sport. But to get a $50,000 paycheck, my husband's going to tell me to put it away. I'm definitely going to want to buy some nice stuff, but I like to buy a little bit of things for the house and for my animals. I really like to spoil my family, but this week I'm definitely taking my team to go get a nice dinner. So it's life-changing for sure, but I just, got to put the money away and just go out there and fight again.
Is it reassuring now knowing that you won't be the headlock girl but the head kick girl?
Listen, the past is the past. You're only as good as your last fight. So if they want to think of me as the head kick girl, that's a lot better than the headlock girl. So I'm all right with that.
Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
Cheyanne. I guess kind of talk a little bit more about being home with your family, with Eric Nixick. Just kind of talk a little bit more about that. Eric
Nixick, Dennis Davis, Ray Sefo, those are my men. Of course, my husband's my man, but I mean for the fight game. I came to them, like I said the other day, I came to them back when I was 20 years old. I think I just turned 20. I was a child, wasn't even legal to go buy alcohol, So when I came to them, I had a lot of growing up to do. I had a lot of learning to do. I still have a lot of learning to do. But when I left the team, I called Eric and I called Ray and I said, listen, I'm going to venture off to Africa to see if things will work out with this man. And, I took a big risk and I got a big reward. I made a husband out of it. I made a life out of that. But when I came back to the States, I knew it was a slap in the face to them that I never went back there. I had to go to Dallas for visa purposes, but, after my last fight, I just followed my heart. There was something in me that just said, listen, you just need to pack up, you need to go, and you just need to do what your heart tells you to do. And if there's anyone out there that ever is scared to take a big risk, don't be scared, just do it, because there's big rewards that come out of it.
You said, previously that, you were 0-4 as an amateur and you went to them and then you went on a run and then you were 0-1 in the UFC and you came back to them and now are you going to go on a run?
I went on a 3-fight losing streak when I came to them. The three losses were very close decisions, and I knew I was missing something, and it was wrestling. So when I came to them, Dennis Davis, he instilled wrestling in me. We went just back to basics, We went on a 4-fight winning streak as amateurs. I met Ray Sefo. The funny way I met Ray Sefo was, I was just a little girl in the gym. I was always there, and every time I was watching Ray Sefo hold pads for like Brad Tavares or something, I would just stand in the back and I would just shadow box whatever he was coaching. And one day Ray was like, "Hey, come, let's move around." And I'll never forget the first time he held pads for me. He told me to do one thing and I did it. And when he saw that and he saw the passion I had and how much I wanted to learn, he started training me for free as an amateur, and I couldn't believe that this kickboxing legend, just wanted to train me. And then he started cornering me with Dennis, and Coach Follis was also at the team. Unfortunately, may he rest in peace. But all those boys, they really took me under their wing at such a young age. And tonight, to make the walk with them, I looked at all my boys, all 3 of them, and I said, damn, you guys look good tonight. I was like, I am ready to make this walk with you guys. And it took 1 minute to get the job done, and it just felt so good. I'm just very happy to be back here.
You said on Thursday that you are a main card fighter. You proved it, right?
Oh yeah, I did.
And this building has been kind of your journey so far, right? You won your contract here, then you lost here, and then you got your win back here. Is it safe to assume that maybe your next fight you want to be on a pay-per-view, not on main card prelims, but in front of fans?
My style, if you saw, as soon as I walked in the cage, I'm over there fucking hyping people up. That's my style. That's what I do. I love to fight. I love to get dirty. I like to entertain, you know? So whether I'm on a fight night or if I'm on a pay-per-view, I don't care. As long as there's people, I mean, if there's not people, shit, it's all right. But I definitely enjoyed having a few people in the crowd. When I looked over, I saw my friends in there. I was like, oh, hell no, I'm not losing. I was like, all right. I was like, let's do this, you know. I'm always in the zone, but I let the crowd get involved, you know. That they're here to watch a show, you know. And that's, I always said, we're not just fighters, we're entertainers.
Finally, for me, you were booked against Kay Hansen last year. Would you like to fight her next?
Again, like I've said to you guys, I don't call anyone out, but actually me and Kay have been seeing each other at the PI and stuff, and, you know, she's going through a lot of health problems, so no, because she's not even ready to fight yet, so I wish her still a speedy recovery. She's still in the process of it. I see her all the time at the PI. I don't even know if her next fight will be at 15, because I don't even want to talk about her problems because that's what she can talk about, but I do know she's still recovering. So, and me and her actually have spoke that we will fight each other one day, but when timing is right, you know, she had to go through a lot of blood work and a lot of testing, you know. She pulled out for health reasons and she's still going through that.